Taurus, welcome back. Welcome if this is your first visit. This is Crow Indigo Intuitive Tarot, and this is your January read. We are asking a few questions this month. Our first one is, what gifts does this month have for us? What does the universe want to give you this month and in 2020, right? I mean, we're starting a new year. It's pretty exciting. Second question is, what can we leave behind now, Taurus, in 2019? What's served its purpose? What are we ready to move on to? Move away from, I should say. And then the last question is just what's ahead? What's coming, in January, in 2020, in general, in the years following 2020 even. And again, I want to say these are general readings and they're energies that I'm picking up, and so I don't believe anything is written in stone. If you are hearing a message and it's indicating that things are moving in a certain direction, if it's resonating for you, if it seems like your message and you're sort of seeing things moving in a certain direction and you don't like that direction, make different choices. We're always rewriting here. Let's see what we have here for 2020 for January for Taurus. This is a deck called This Might Hurt Tarot deck, and we'll do some clarifiers as well. Then we'll pull some oracle cards, a couple of oracle cards to finish off. Let's see. This is an intuitive reading. I also want to say that. Some of my interpretations will be in line with standard Rider-Waite interpretation. But I'm also just generally reading the messages I'm hearing from the images on these cards as well, really feeling a resonance with this particular deck. So, Taurus, let's see where we are. It looks like January is bringing you a new beginning. You may be taking a leap of faith about something, a new opportunity, a new job maybe, or some new hobby, or just really a new life path of some sort. You could have people around you questioning whether or not you're being realistic, whether or not you're making good choices. That doesn't slow you down. You really are going to make this leap, this blind, trusting step forward into your life. You are not going to be engaging with these people that disagree with your choice, because it's your life, it's your choice, it's not theirs, and you just don't seem to have any desire or any tendency to get pulled in to bickering or conflict or disagreement here. You may be even taking this step against the better judgment of your religious leaders, of authorities in your life. They may feel like this is a foolhardy choice. They may feel that you are, stepping away from convention too far. And that's fine with you. You've made up your mind. You're going to get a little bit of rest, and then you're going to step forward. There's nothing about this choice that you will allow to be influenced by the opinions of others. And that's whatever this choice is, I think that's a really great space to be in, because you're moving into January, through January, really self-possessed, really sure of yourself and what you need, and pretty much done with anybody else having any say in how you live your life. I have a really nice feeling around this. It's not that you don't have any concerns at all, but you feel very confident and very self-possessed, very ready to step away from other people influencing your choices. For 2019, what has been useful but is now being left behind? You have the Three of Wands, this sort of energy of waiting for your ship to come in, looking toward the horizon, waiting for the positive change that is going to really be pivotal for you. The spark of a new creative venture, something that really caught your interest, sparked your passion. It really bloomed for you. It really, like this branch is flowering out. There was really an upsurge of creative energy that brought you into a new space. And over here as well with the Two of Wands, this is a fully shuffled deck, but there's just this 3-1-2 complement of wand energy here. This Two of Wands generally about looking at the map, planning your route forward. I feel like 2019 was a lot about planning for you. It was a lot about waiting for the puzzle pieces to fall into place, getting a clear vision of where you want your life to go. And in leaving that, it doesn't mean that you're leaving that vision behind. It doesn't mean you're leaving all the effort you may have put into planning. It just means that you're moving to the next level now. You're moving into that space, that Four of Wands space of celebrating happy outcomes because of the effort that you've put in here, this passionate devotion to the plan. What is coming in the future for the rest of 2020, starting in January and progressing through 2020, maybe into the further years? Your skill set is more and more reliably producing consistent good result. Your skills are really advancing now in whatever you've been practicing on, whatever you've been training in. It is bringing you a turn of the wheel. So the Wheel of Fortune, to my interpretation, these are things that change in life, cycles in life that you don't have much control over, but they are influenced. How that wheel turns, I really do believe, has some influence from the choices you're making. Here, your skill set, you've been putting a lot of time and effort into producing the ability to do good work in whatever your field is. And fortune is smiling on you now because it's coming in with good luck to support your hard work and bringing you a great new opportunity for financial security, for physical security, to connect with yourself on a soul level more deeply. This is really good energy. I feel like it's going to be a great year for you, Taurus, as you are really coming into your own, really standing on your own 2 feet, making choices that are right for you, cutting out a lot of the noise of other people trying to direct your life in ways that support them and not you. You've done your work, you've laid your groundwork, you've honed your skills, and now you're moving into this nice new space. I'm going to ask for a few clarifying cards. If there's anything more Spirit wants to share with us about the gifts that are coming your way in 2020 in January. Any further information here for Taurus? The gifts 2020. There's a connection here, a union coming your way. Again, we have the Three of Wands. Something about your ships coming in, right? And justice at last for you, a balancing here and a just outcome. So this could be a just outcome in a partnership that, you've been waiting for, that's finally coming to fruition. Finally, those ships reach the shore with the future you've been waiting for with regard to this partnership. That could be that you're finally coming into this partnership. It could be with the Justice card having sort of a flavor of law to it. It could be an ending of a partnership, which is what you'd been hoping for. It could be some sort of the opposite, right? The couple coming together and getting married. It could be none of those things. It could be about a partnership that isn't a romantic partnership where there's been some inequity and now there is a just outcome that you'd been hoping for. Let's look at what you're leaving behind in 2019. Taurus, any guidance further for Taurus on what's being left behind? There is here a sense that you're making some space. Part of this planning has been about making sort of emotional boundaries for yourself, carving out some space where you can simply rest emotionally and integrate into your person the lessons you've learned on an emotional level over time. You could be at this point saying, you know, there are new offers coming, but not yet. I'm not there yet. I don't want to engage emotionally with another person or another project right now. I just am going to sort of center myself here and take a breather. That could have been part of what you're planning, or it could have been the state you were in while you were planning. But the outcome there is that some really good energy has been around you, and you've kept some distance from it. And that's not a bad thing or a good thing necessarily. It could be either, but excuse me. It feels like there's, because of your independence and your focus on making your plan, moving yourself forward, you setting these boundaries, it has felt like a loss for some romantic, intimate, maybe not romantic, some male or masculine energy person around you has sort of felt like they were not getting the victory that they should have because you were setting emotional boundaries. That may speak to only a few of you, I'm not sure, but part of you really focusing on your creative spark, on your plan for your future, on what you want to grow in your life, what you want to connect with passionately. Part of that process has been about you setting some healthy boundaries and not always being available for everyone as you may have been, not always being that supportive earth mother, whether you're male or female, but that like nurturing Taurus energy. You've been setting some boundaries, which is good for you, but has left some people feeling, that they've lost something, or that they're losing, that they're not winning, because they're used to you constantly being at their beck and call, and you're not there right now. Let's look at some clarifiers for this. What is coming this 2020 and beyond energy? There's some clarifiers there for Taurus. Anything with regard to good new opportunities for security arriving because of honed skills and good luck. We have, again, the Eight of Pentacles. Isn't that crazy? It's so crazy to me when that happens. We get the same card to clarify. Two different decks, right? So the Eight of Pentacles is coming out to clarify here. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse and the Ace of Swords. Another, beginning energy here with this really good, clear, you're just really clear on what you want. This Nine of Pentacles in reverse is sort of telling me that you understand sometimes it's okay to let people in. Sometimes it's okay to lean on others. You don't have to do it all alone. And again, there's a big part of your future has to do with you working on your skills and honing your craft, really becoming a master of what you do, what sort of profession you do. The skills that you are working on building are really pivotal to your coming into this real clear view of this new opportunity and moving you forward in your life. That's pretty great. It's pretty great, Taurus. I think the only thing that even could potentially be considered negative about this reading isn't for you, it's for other people, right? If they've gotten used to you being directed by their choices and you're saying, no, no more, not in an angry way either, just to really calm, this is my life, I'm making the choices for me. This has nothing to do with you. It's not being done to hurt you. This is kind of the conversation that you're coming out of here in this space. Or maybe you need to have this conversation in order to fully release what is being left in 2019. But you are allowed to set your boundaries, to take care of you, to make your plan. And if there's someone there that's hurt by that, if they matter to you, just have a conversation with them. Just say, look, this is for me. This is not done in any way with the intent to hurt you, but this is my life and these are my choices. So I'm going to get a little rest, and then I'm going to go, pardon my language, but I'm going to go kick some ass, basically, because you've got some great energy here for moving forward into fortune and security, just financial, physical security, and also really being in touch with your soul purpose, which is fantastic. I'm going to pull one of these dragon cards. I was drawn to these today, the Dragon Oracle deck and the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. I haven't worked with either of them in quite some time, but kind of had a feeling I needed to work with them today. Your dragon. It's just a little extra guidance from Spirit for you. You got Black Dragon from Saturn. Brings you wisdom through spiritual discipline. Concentrate. Focus on your ultimate vision. Congratulate yourself. You have passed a test. Interesting, isn't it? This could have felt like a test for you. Having this passionate vision, making the plan, waiting for the ships to come in, learning how to set healthy boundaries for yourself, to stand up to people who want to tell you how to live your life, to stand up to people who interpret your choices for yourself as things meant to harm them. You are really making some progress on a soul level during this time, it would seem to me. And the Dragon card is saying spiritual discipline can be quite helpful in that process for you. Whether that just means setting aside time to meditate every morning, or making sure to attend services of your particular religious faith each week, making time for spiritual study. You have Earthworm as your Wild Unknown Animal Spirit. I love this card. I think it's just such a pretty card. Let's look it up in the book and read. For your Earth. It aligns well, the Taurus Earth sign and the Earth element symbol here for the Earthworm. Shy, hesitant, reluctant to share inner vision. We have all felt the woes of the Earthworm at some point along the way. The Earthworm indicates a newbie or novice working to establish confidence in a new field. Others around you may seem wise and experienced, but it's important to remember they once felt Earthworm energy too. This card is a reminder not to be intimidated or lose hope. Mastery takes time, and you're on the right track. Besides, rumor has it, a beginner's mind offers the most valuable insights. When this energy is in balance, you are earnest, you're intelligent, you are valuable. When you're out of balance, you're a little self-conscious, somewhat apprehensive, and to bring yourself into balance, should you find you're out of it, you should speak up and risk embarrassment. So I really feel strongly this goes along with your double 8 of Pentacles. You're new in a field of study. You're new in an area of work. Not new, right? Not completely freshly new, because you have honed your skills. You're definitely moving forward in your profession, but you're still on the newer side. There are people around you that are much more experienced, and that might be a little intimidating sometimes. But what Spirit is saying is you have solid skills. You have the right to open your mouth and give your opinion. And even if there are people in the room that have 20 or 30 more years of experience than you, that does not mean that you don't have valuable insights to add in this context, because you do have a solid beginning on your skills in the area. I think that's what I have for you, Taurus. I hope it was helpful. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. It's always my pleasure. Looks like a good January. Fantastic 2020. Thank you for the likes, shares, and subscribes. Doing the work on this channel has been very fulfilling for me this past year, and I look forward to continuing into the new year. And it wouldn't be possible without all of you. So thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. And I think that's it. I'll leave it there for now. Wish you a wonderful month, and we'll see you next time. Blessings.